Coming in, you guys, it's day number 49 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. You know the drill. I get into an ice bath every single day and have been all year long into this ice bath, the Morozco Forge, and I get in there every single day doing this ice bath challenge. So the goal is to get into very cold water, hopefully as close to freezing temperature as possible. Let's see what the temp is today. Today we got 32.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and I get in there for 5 minutes. And so I've been doing this every day since the beginning of the year, and the goal is to go all the way to the end of the year. A lot of people are like, well, what's the purpose? Why are you doing this? I think we need to push ourselves to do hard things. And this is Jimmy's form of doing something hard that can also make a difference, both mentally, physically. And what I want to talk with you guys about today is yesterday I did an early ice bath. So if you were coming here at 5 o'clock yesterday and I was not here, I apologize. I came on the air about 3 hours sooner than normal because I wanted to see what effect it would have on me getting tired and sleepy. I actually did okay, and I actually went to bed a little bit later than I normally do. But then something interesting has happened the last 2 nights. I want to talk about that when I get into the ice bath and calm down, do my breathing and everything. I'll tell you about what's happened that has changed with my sleeping pattern that is far different. You guys know I sleep weird. I have a segmented sleep period where I sleep a little bit at the beginning, then I wake up for a few hours and I go back to sleep. Well, the last 2 nights, something very interesting has happened ever since I started dunking my head underneath the water. And I'm going to do it again today. All right, so let's set you down, and we'll tilt it down, and we will tell you all about that here in just a moment. By the way, I had a thick piece of ice. I want you to see how thick. Let's see if I can get. Look how thick that piece of ice is. That was like a humongous sheet at the bottom of the Morozco Forge. I was out here like hammering and stuff was splashing everywhere trying to break that up, but it's just big old thick sheets of ice. So it's got plenty of nice big chunks of ice in there today. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get this show on the road, you guys, and here we go. Sometimes when I get in with those big chunks, they linger, so I got to be careful. Yep, like this. Woo. Big chunks. Big chunks. Okay, you guys, so the last 2 days on the ice bath, I have gone under the water with my head, and I will do it again today here in a minute. And I've noticed that it has done something to my sleep. Simply putting my head under the cold water. I don't know what's happened, but for the last 2 nights in a row, I have slept through the night. So again, my sleeping pattern, I did a whole podcast about it this week on the Living La Vida Low Carb show. I have a segmented sleep, what they call biphasic sleep, where you go to sleep, wake up for a few hours, and then you go back to sleep for a second sleep. And that's been my pattern pretty much since October, every day like clockwork. And it's been developing over years, but that kind of go to sleep, wake up, go back to sleep has been almost 5 months. So the last 2 nights I've gone to sleep, and then the next thing I know, I wake up and it's like time to get up, like normal sleep time. My total sleep time that I would normally get with the 2 sleep cycles, I was getting in 1. And I was wondering what in the world has happened. All I'm doing differently is I'm dunking my head under at the end, which is what I'm going to do here. By the way, somebody yesterday said, you forgot to say woo at the very end, because I put my head in early. So I'm going to do a big woo at the end. But yeah, isn't that interesting? That could it be the cooling down of the head somehow is making me sleep one long sleep again? I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to keep observing it. And obviously I'm going under the water again with my head here in a second. And we're going to keep trying that. I mean, I don't like necessarily going to bed, getting up for a few hours and going back to bed. I don't necessarily like that. I would rather sleep one long sleep, but I just listen to what my body does. All right. I am going to put my head under the water again, and this water is very frigid today, you guys. My hands are so numb. All right, here we go. Plug in my ears and nose. Sorry, there's a piece of ice at the bottom that's bugging my booty. All right, here we go. That's 5 minutes. Oh, I do love going under the water now. I definitely should have been doing that from the very beginning. That is, whew, that's a rush, man. You get into that cold water, you put your whole head under the water. Whew, whew. That is a, whew. That's a big rush. Yes, Parkman, I know you said to do that on day 4. Thank you very much. I was a wuss back then. I'm a little more daring now, so I've done this a little while. And yeah, I'm reaping the benefits of all the consistency of doing this for a little while. And that's helping you guys. So yeah, so this whole idea that all I've done differently the last 2 days is put my head under the water. And so I just did it for the 3rd day in a row. And yeah, the last 2 nights, you guys, last night and then the night before, I have slept through the night. Now, you guys know I don't sleep long. I sleep maybe 6 hours when I sleep. And so doing the dunking of the head, does that make me sleep through the night? I don't know. I mean, obviously we have a lot of heat that emanates from the head. And so I wonder if it's a part of lowering the core body temperature, which I do with the ice bath, which again, very numb hands, very numb toes, as always, first getting out. They will come back here in a few minutes. But that's literally the only thing that's been different the last 2 nights. So that's interesting, right? Really, really interesting. All right, let's scroll back. See who all's here. See Linda's here. Sharon's here. Bulletproof's here. Reversing insulin resistance is here. Kira's here. Hank is here. Sabrina. Wow, lots of people here. Thanks for being here. Miss Hockey says hi, Jimmy. Hello, Miss Hockey. Go Jimmy. What is this? 5. I don't know what the second thing is. I can't really see that. And then a microphone. 5, maybe 5 days a week of doing podcast. I'm trying to figure out what that means. Bulletproof. You talk to me in emojis and I can't always see what the emojis are. The Rest and Recovery podcast is here. Is ice baths good for rest and recovery? I wonder. Yes is the answer. Parkman says, come on in, you guys. Yes, you make fun of my intro. It is what it is. I see my bud, the Athos Diet. I had a nice interview with Dr. Pete earlier today. Dr. Pete I just got into an ice bath, so I'm rocking it, bro. Karen is here. Wendy, David. Sharon says, do you think you'll eventually stay in longer in the ice bath? So I actually have, Sharon. I did one day where I did 7.5 minutes. I just wanted to kind of push the body, and that particular day I stopped because I felt the numbness kind of going up into my forearms. I don't think length of time in the ice bath is as important as the consistency of doing it daily. So for me, I'm committing to the 5 minutes. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so that is hella cold water. And so I don't think it's prudent for me to push my body too much longer than the 5 minutes. Like I said, the one day that I did 7.5 minutes, it was all I could do to stay in there to the 7.5 minutes. Now, when it gets warmer outside, it's still very cold outside, warmer lately, but not 90s. When it gets into the 90s during the summer, and maybe my core body temperature is warmer, maybe I'll be able to tolerate 7, 8, 9, even 10 minutes in there in that kind of water. So stay tuned. I don't want to be stupid about this if I'm being honest, because it's not really about length of time in there. It's about being consistent with the exposure to the cold. And I'm in there daily for the 5 minutes. I've not done less than 5 minutes, except for the one day that I had to skip that I didn't feel well. But all the other days, I've done at least 5 minutes in no warmer. I think the warmest I've had is like 35 point something degrees. But most of the time, it's really close to freezing temperature water. So I'm getting all the benefits I need without having to push my body into potentially having not good things happen. I don't want that. Parkman says, has it lowered your baseline body temp? No, my baseline body temp pretty much stays 98.6. That's a good question, actually, Parkman, because I would argue that getting into an ice bath probably would raise your baseline body temperature. Why? Because the extra brown fat that's accumulated and activated. And think about like what I've talked about before, where my body almost like thirsts for the ice about an hour before. I feel my body start to warm up in anticipation that I'm going to get in there. So I haven't really tested it to see if it's gone up or down or in between on a consistent basis. I will try to keep track of that. I have a thermometer I could just put in my mouth. But no, I would think that it would make my core body temp, baseline core body temp higher, not lower, which is an interesting question. So thank you for asking that. Bulletproof says, will you change the ice bath time again? I think I'm going to stick with 5 o'clock just because I think it's a nice routine, but I think I'll throw in there every once in a while a different time. So next Saturday, so not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, I have my 50th birthday party. I've got a few friends coming in from out of town, a few local friends. And so my party is officially from 4 to 8 in the town over from here. And I have to leave here by 2 o'clock. At the very latest, 2 o'clock. So I'm thinking next Saturday, I will probably do my ice bath at like 11 or 12 in the morning, to 11 a.m. or noon. So that will be a day that I'll do it a little bit different. Maybe I'll change it up every once in a while, but I like the idea of having 5 o'clock Eastern be when I get into my ice bath. I see Gabby's here and Gasol. David says, hello, JM. What's up, David? Bulletproof 5-minute ice bath and an hourglass. Oh, okay. That's what the 5. Okay, thank you. I was sitting there going, dude, you messing with my brain. It's Friday. I just got out in an ice bath. And yeah, not all there. Gabby says, hi. Linda says it was a great interview with Dr. Pete. Yes, Dr. Pete was amazing. Parkman says you should play Jimmy Buffett. It's 5 o'clock somewhere each time you go in. It'd be more like wasted away again in Margaritaville. Except mine would be wasted away again in Morosco Forgeville. Looking for my lost fire in my belly. Some people say that man is crazy, and I know he's really lost his marbles. Yes, I get silly. That's just how I roll, you guys. So, day 49 of this 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. Hope you enjoy watching these. You keep coming back. Apparently, you like this for some reason. But maybe you're a sadist and you like seeing somebody get tortured in ice bath water. But seriously, guys, it's not that bad. If you've never gotten into any kind of cold shower, ice bath, anything like that, I highly encourage you to do that. I feel like this is something that's the missing piece for a lot of people. And it's not even about fat loss. It's not even about blood sugar and insulin resistance and all the things. It's about making sure that you challenge yourself to do things that are hard. And when you do that, it does something for this. It really does. Parkman wants to know if there's a walk and talk tomorrow. Yes, actually, I just put it on my stories. I'm going to talk at 11 a.m. On Saturday. So if you want to come join on Instagram Live, I will be going live at 11 a.m. right after I get back from the farmer's market and some other errands. I will go live at 11 a.m. out on my trail. And yeah, we're going to talk about don't talk to each other in cliches. I feel like a lot of people talk in cliches to one another. And we're going to talk all about that. So bring all your favorite cliches and we will tell you why you don't need to be talking to each other that way. So that'll be a lot of fun. Reversing Insulin Resistance says, thank you. I needed the reminder and I love watching you. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet. All right, guys, let me pop off of here for now. And I'm starting to shiver, which is the normal response after you get out of an ice bath. That's your body's way of trying to warm you back up. So I'm getting warm because my voice is doing this right now. So let me pop off here. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, please do join me on the walk and talk tomorrow. And of course, if you can't join me at 11 a.m., come back at 5 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be in the ice bath again for day number 50, the big 50. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.